Hey everybody, how you all doing? Are you okay? In your neck of the woods? What up? What up? Manners and respect, man. Are your girl, Debbie from down a yard. Welcome you all to the Jamaican kitchen. Welcome to the Jamaican cooking journey. Hey y'all. Now today I'm just gonna do a simple little protein type thing for you. It's just cabbage and corned beef. Cabbage and the corned beef. Your corned beef of choice, you have some low sodium ones and you have some that are just regular. Now what you need, if you're using your powdered seasonings, you may not want this, but you know I'm trying to go herbsy. So I have right here some chopped scallion, some chopped garlic, some chopped onion, a little chopped sweet pepper, and I have some carrots. Some carrot strips. I'm not gonna say julienne. Julienne carrots are more uniform, so I would say carrot strips. I'm using carrot strips because you know the cabbage is sort of dead, and we want the dish when it's finished to come to a little life. So we're gonna do a little sautéing. So I have my pan over here being preheated, and I have about 2 or 2.5 tablespoons of oil. And okay, let me tell you something, family. In cooking, there's theory and there's practical. There are some things that you got to learn to know. When we're sauteing, we don't saute in water. No. You've got to have your oil heated. Use the amount of oil that you like. You are the person that is supposed to know what you want. Okay, you are supposed to know that too much grease is not good for you over a period of time, okay? So use your oil of choice. So, the first thing, and you got to know how to put in these things. The first thing I'm going to put in here is some, did I say what I was using? Yes? We're going to put in the scallions. And my oil is still not hot enough. Should have been a little hotter. But when you're going to saute, you're supposed to hear a sizzle when you put these things inside here. Therefore, the flavors will start bursting. Because when you're using herbs, that's what you want. You want the flavors to burst. When you're cooking with herbs, you need the burst of the flavor in the oil before you start putting what you're using. It's not powdered seasoning, so you've got to get the flavors out of the herbs. I'm going to put in my garlic. Remember, garlic is easy to burn. So, we're putting in our garlic, and we're going to get the flavor out. Because this is going to, and you're going to do this on medium to high heat. We're going to need to put in the carrot sticks as soon as this gets going. Because you don't want this thing burning, you know. But you want it to, I'm not going to cover because I don't eat my cabbage real soft. I like my cabbage real crunchy. But if you're somebody that likes your cabbage soft, you can just do it how you want to do it. But I'm sauteing off these. Okay. Now that it's coming to a little sizzle, I want to put my carrots because the carrots are chewy. So in the meantime that is happening, you can leave it, but you got to be riding and the whistling, depending on the bottom, the thickness of the bottom of your thing. My bone is thick, so I can leave it a little because I have some thyme here. I'm gonna be putting in the thyme, the onions, and I have some sweet pepper here. It is vegetable, so you can use. This is okay for the amount of cabbage I'm using. We want using the sweet pepper to give it a little flavor. Remember I told you this sweet pepper adds a lot of flavor. The flavor is strong. If you have yellow or red, you could probably use this same amount, but like a little red, a little yellow, just to enhance the color. Okay? Alright. So we can put in the sweet peppers now. Remember, you know to watch. You need to know when you to put in some things from when you're not to put in some things. Okay, y'all? And we're going to put in now our onions. Look at this now. You are not using any powdered seasoning, so you're having a nice blend of your herbs. I'm going to put in some fresh thyme leaves. You don't want any starch in this thing here. Mostly we can put it, the starch we use it like when we're using soup and stew. So you can just, when it's finished, you just pull it out by the starch. So we want a reasonable amount of fresh thyme, not dry thyme. So we're going to lower our flame to a little less than medium, or almost to low. Leaving this to saute. Whilst we're going to be over here trying to cut up our cabbage. But at the same time, you must be paying attention to this right here, okay? So you're gonna get it up. You don't want anybody loose out, because when you loose them out, they tend to burn easily. So you're gonna have it on the low, have them in there, because it's almost finished, you know. You have already done it on the IE. So right over here, we have this little piece of ginger, but I'm not gonna use it as yet. This ginger enables you who eat the cabbage. Sometimes some people eat the cabbage and it bloats you. When you grate a little ginger in there, it will prevent the bloating. Okay, y'all? Alright. Now we have some salt water here, some salt in the water being dissolved. I'm going to use just a half of this cabbage. This cabbage is a firmly packed cabbage. Look at it. I have all the extra strips off. I don't throw away here. Some people throw it away. I don't throw it away. Cut your cabbage to how you want it. So I'm going to cut mine just like this. Look how I'm going to cut mine. Just like this. And I'm going to use right here. I don't throw away this. All I do is I cut it really thin. But if you want to throw away yours, feel free. Okay? Remember to be riding and whistling. When I say ride and whistle, you're paying attention, because that's what the kitchen entails. Okay? You've got to be doing. You can't just be focusing on one thing. You will never come out of the kitchen. So we're looking over here and we're not having no burning going on. That's what I call riding and whistling, y'all. When you're cooking, you can't just focus on you saute that. You have to be moving here and there, riding and whistling, moving here and there, being, you know, learning to be abrupt in the kitchen. I'm gonna do videos teaching you all how to do that. Okay? Alright. Be careful with your knife. Remember, if you throw away this part, no problem. I don't throw it away. So we're gonna leave this in on that low flame. We're gonna leave this in our salted water. This is a cleansing process for the cabbage. So we're gonna leave it in the salt water for about a minute. And then we're gonna pour it in the colander and leave it to drain. When it's properly drained, we will return. Now what is happening over here? The herbs are still being sauteed. And the carrot sticks, they're chewy. You notice them? They're coming limp. They're cooking, okay? Because remember, it's a bit chewy. So we'll return in another minute or two when this is properly cleansed. Okay, you all family, still on the low flame. And this is what our herbs looks like. So we're gonna notch our flame right up now, because we're going to put in this cabbage inside of this thing. Right up. Look at your herbs. Remember, if you were using powdered seasoning, you wouldn't have to do this. So you would use your powdered seasonings as you want to, but we are doing it the herbs way. Now you have your cabbage inside your colander. You want to turn it over like this and give it a little tap. Why, Debbie? Because this cabbage thing, as soon as this heat this up, appear water, it got spring, and you want to have it the driest you can. Flame up, cabbage in, right up to the max with the flame. Now this is the time for the grating of the little piece of ginger, as I told you. Not too much, you know, depending on how much cabbage you have. Okay? Your thing, do what you want to do. Okay. Right up. This is high heat now. Turn it. You remember I showed you how to do it, you know, from bottom to top. Okay? You see what I'm talking about? You see the color? The cabbage and the carrot coming out in the cabbage. Steam your cabbage how you want to. Look at how I'm doing mine. I don't want my one crunchy. Sorry, saggy. I like my cabbage really crunchy. So you see the herbs between these things? Yeah. So we're giving it a stir, a few stir on the IE. Because we want to get the herbs and the little ginger something that we'll put in there. We want to get it all incorporated. We want to get the flavor of jelly in it. Okay. Alright. We're going to go back on the low heat again. Openly. We're not going to cover this thing. Openly. So we're going down back low. We're going to now prepare our corned beef. Remember corned beef? Thin things. You're going to remove the label. That is how I do mine. And I'm going to give it a rinse. And you're going to dry it. Because remember this thing here, you know, Them they all butter come from all butter kind of and something I hold them. So remember it comes with a key. So I'm not gonna use all of this corned beef. So I'm gonna cut it. Remember riding and whistling, look at what is happening over there whilst you're cutting your corned beef. So remember it comes with something like this. So we are gonna proceed to cut it. Remember it also has some grease. Take your time. If you're not familiar with it, don't go as fast as I go. You take your time, and there's a line here. You follow the line with the key and you guide it. Sometimes it's not working out because the thing them now do professional again, and them now use no good material, so sometimes it break on you. And when it break on you, all hell let loose. You want to get it from the tin, and you get it like that. Good. And as I said to you, I'm not going to be using all of this corned beef. So you're going to use a fork to turn it on the side. I'm going to use like about this. Probably a little half, or a little more than the half. And I'm going to put it right back in here. Now that it's back in there, flame up to the max, because we want to get it right back up to the max. And we're not edit now, we're not cut out now. This is just a little corned beef and cabbage. But even though it is corned beef and cabbage, if you don't know what you're doing, when it finishes, it won't have no taste whatsoever. So you're gonna mush out your corned beef. And you know the reason why I'm using this spatula is because I'm using this thing, and this thing is non-stick. But them spatula sit me here, you know. You don't know that I'm me and a friend, you know, because I'm a Jamaican woman, you know. I like my stainless steel spoon. And Jessie, you don't know I might think that. As if it was Jessie and the stainless steel spoon, you know, this done long time. We need a little heat. So if you have black pepper, you can put it. I have cayenne. So I'm gonna put a little cayenne. Also, it's giving it a pretty color, depending on how you can manage with it. Okay. So what we're going to do now? We're going to turn over this, get it together, and we're gonna leave it in the pot on the low heat once more. And we're not gonna cover. We're gonna let it stay there on low heat and just come together. So when we come back, we'll just plate for you. Now we're gonna turn our flame off, family, because our corned beef and cabbage is ready. Look at the condition, look at the bottom of the pot. Look how this looks nice and scrumptious. And remember I said to you, if you like your cabbage steam softer, you can do it. But maybe you might end up with some water in this thing here, you know. This is how I like it. And you see it? It look like corned beef and cabbage. It don't look like cabbage alone, and you can't see the corned beef, you know. It's the proportion of the corned beef to the cabbage. And this thing is really hot, so I'm going to plate for you. Look at this. You got to know how to do this, you know. You'll end up with a lot of water. And it can turn you off so much with this cabbage thing and this whole. Unless you want some boiled cabbage, you know. But I really don't like the boiled cabbage business there, you know. So, you know, you set it, you know, you're going to present. So you fix it. You see those nice little colors from the carrot coming out. Because remember, I told you that the cabbage was sort of dead. You know that. The color of the cabbage makes the dish dead. So look at it. Let me use a fork. Let us use a fork to get this thing together. And we're going to clean around the edges, because remember, I cannot emphasize enough on presentation. It doesn't matter who you're serving it to. Practice becomes perfect. Practice. Serve with presentation at home. It doesn't matter. Therefore, when it comes for you to entertain, it won't be hard for you to present. Okay, that's what we have. So let me present it to you. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your wherever you are, to your family table. It's corned beef and cabbage from my kitchen, Jamaican kitchen, to enjoy. Okay? Now, if you have liked this little corned beef and cabbage, please give it a thumbs up if you so think it deserves it. Remember to leave your comments below in a principled and decent way. And if you have not yet subscribed and you would like to, please do so. I would be grateful and I would thank you. Okay? And you could give me some likes. Okay, y'all? And if I've said that before, I don't know, but I don't think I can say too much. I want to thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much on this Jamaican cooking journey. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Debbie from Dongayard, You saw it. Please do yours. Please hit me up on Instagram. We'll be posting. Remember, bless, no stress.